to Paxos? Are they FDIC insured? If anything happens, is there a guarantee that people can claim their money? Kind of piggyback on the question that the guy for me asked. And the second question is regarding with Trust Wallet. There's a lot of confusions out there. There's a lot of people saying Binance owns Trust Wallet and they can take your money out of it. I kind of know the answer to this, but I want you to kind of clarify for a lot of people on the call so they know what's going on, how Binance and Trust Wallet are kind of different in a way.
Okay. So on the first question, the Paxos, the insurance part, the FDIC insurance, I actually don't know the answer. I would assume that if they don't publish on their website, they probably don't have it. I actually never looked into it. Is whether the reserves are there in a bank. Insurance is good, but my understanding is most insurance only cover up to like 250K or something, some number like that. I'm not familiar with the insurance space. So that's kind of on that. Maybe we'll try to get the answer from Paxos somewhere. And also there has been a lot of crypto companies claiming they have insurance, but I've never seen insurance being paid out to crypto users ever in the past. Again, my information is limited. There may have been cases where I don't know about. Your device. It's not part of Binance.com. It's not commingled. There's even Trust Wallet servers do not have access to your private keys or the seeds. And if you lose your wallet, if you lose your device and don't have and lose your backup, there's no way for anybody to help you recover funds. Not Trust Wallet servers, not Trust Wallet team, not Binance.com. This is the same as any other proper self-custody wallet. So
getting a few messages on the side saying that audio is cutting in and out. I think there's just a huge amount of people on the Twitter space, so it's messing up for a few people. Just want to reassure you that this one will be fully recorded, and we're going to write up all of the important answers and things as well, so there won't be a loss of information. Okay, so the next person on the mic is Crypto Palace. Or if Crypto Palace is not there, we'll pass over to Jess.
Oh, great. Sorry, I was not ready.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. Actually, the reason why I'm coming up today is just to ask Fizzy. Lately, I was in a space with Mario that has been on for like 48 hours, and I see most of the some people docs discussing about Binance insecurity. That there are some that Binance is actually regulated, but not following. Hello, can you hear me, please?
You're a little
All
bit
right.
muted. Maybe you're covering your mic.
Okay, can you hear me clearly now? Can you hear me
Yeah,
clearly
much better.
now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That though Binance is regulated, but there are some things going on within the website, which I think TZ already talked about now. Okay, if at all Binance is regulated, why are some keynote security risk issue is not addressed on the website? Okay, and they're talking about across why the space is going on that a particular regulatory body is trying to sanction Binance on that particular issue. What is CZ actually doing about that, please? And I'll say there's been a controversy on the space of people them giving advice that people should move out their funds from every exchange. Now, peradventure, most of the Binance users move their fund away from Binance. What is Binance hoping to do? At the end of the day, will everything start using? But if everyone has advised move their fund from Binance,
short of money in the short term, there are good projects, good products, good community, etc., good team. We want to help those projects to survive this turmoil. So the best way to provide to help them is to help them through this liquidity crisis, basically giving them money or investments, etc. We actually think that this is a pretty good time to do it because most of these projects' valuations are much more reasonable than they were a year ago. So yeah, we this is not to be very honest. This idea didn't come from me. It come from one of our co-founders. and we said, let's embrace it. And we're still figuring out the details. But we want to look at more projects. We want to, especially projects that that are in need of help. And also, after I put out that that tweet, 4 or 5 other funds actually reached out to us saying they also want to help. A few projects reach out to us as well, so we'll be going through that. So I think basically now there are a few players in the industry who still have a very healthy cash reserve. Binance is one of them, and we want to help the projects, the strong projects, the good projects that need cash to survive this crunch. And then the project that survived this difficult time is actually going to be much stronger later on. So I think as negatively as things look right now, we actually think this is a very good cleansing period and painful during this period. But we want to invest in strong projects right now.
Okay, that's clear. Thanks, CZ. Okay, so just one question left before I do that. I'm going to start bringing people onto the stage. So just a reminder, please try and keep your questions as quick as possible. Just remain muted until I call on you, and then yeah, you can ask your question from there. So CZ, final question from me. What's your suggestion to the average crypto user? How should they act? How should they think in a market like this at the moment?
So I got to be very careful here, giving what to do, because everyone's situation is a little bit different. But basically, you should not invest in crypto if you're using money that you need for next week or next month. You should only be using discretionary cash that you don't need for a long time, like maybe a couple of years. And if you're doing that, if you don't know what's going on, just hold. A couple of years later, all of this will blow away. People may or may not even remember this. If you, yeah, that would be the overall overriding sort of general simple principle. If you don't know what's going on, don't try to guess what's going to happen, sell here, buy there. Right now, during the next little while, it's going to be highly volatile. A lot of different news may come out. Some of them will be very positive. Some of them will be very negative. It's very hard to predict. So we will go through a period of high volatility and high unpredictableness. So yeah. So unless you're very experienced, very mature, very confident, and can handle the risk, I would recommend most people just hold for this period of time. Pretty much it, really. Yeah.
Okay, great. So on to the community questions then. So first up, we have Anthony.
Morning, CZ. You had mentioned that Binance doesn't have any debts or any loans that have been made, but I'm just curious on this contagion effect that we're expecting. Is this going to be affecting any subsidiaries or any of the major investments that Binance has made in the most recent time?
I'm actually not too. That's a broader question. I'm actually not too sure. We haven't heard from our portfolio companies so far. We have not heard like big cries for help. I think the Binance ecosystem is much less, or BNB ecosystem is much less impacted. They're all much more closely aligned with the Binance ecosystem. So I haven't heard of anything, but we have invested in like 150 something portfolio companies. I don't know the state of all of them. So I do know there will be some cascading contagion effects. There will be a few other players who either have money on FTX and a significant enough amount that it may cause them trouble. But in this type of situations, the first one to go down is usually the big one. The cascading effects become smaller and smaller. So if we look at Luna UST, that was like $40 billion, $50 billion of value that's being destroyed. The first order of cascading ones, Three Arrows, is like a $4 or $5 billion size fund. And then the third layers are the Celsius, Voyagers. They're like $500 million to $1 billion kind of, so $1 billion kind of range. So each time it cascades, it's more spread out and smaller. So and we also seen from the price that when Three Arrows happened, it was a big not Three Arrows. When Luna happened, it was a big drop. When Three Arrows happened, it was like, okay, yeah, this is a fallout effect from the other thing. So that's kind of how I view the potential contagion effects. There will be some on that. I could be very wrong here, but I think that I mean the stuff that happened at FTX is like is extremely surprising to everyone. I mean, if I was writing a fiction, I couldn't imagine this stuff up, right? So I think that's really an outlier, and the rest are probably just what we call collateral damage because of that.